Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekend review of week beginning 31st of May 2021. For disclaimer, please refer to my website chartvideo.com/disclaimer. In the midst of pandemic, when everything was wrong for the country, I had warned somewhere around here that while checking charts, we should not keep in our mind that, well, because of pandemic everything will be bad and our market may go down. That's history now. Right now, well, we had hit the all-time high, and this was expected by me that once the rally starts, the all-time high in Nifty will be tested. At the same time, the bank Nifty, which has already entered into an uptrend, is yet to move to higher levels, yet to move and check the all-time high. I showed you the trend line here. The trend line as we draw it here, I'm just taking it out for you. And this particular trend line, it was taken out on 18th of May. Right now, as of now, the projection for this trend line breakout is a little above all-time high of 37,708. Presently, we are at 35,141. Well, dips should be used to buy here. That's in short. But now let us go and check the other aspects of Nifty and Bank Nifty in details. Going to the indicator studies, well, RSI presently, the relative strength index presently is at 66 level, much higher than the equilibrium line which we were talking about. And the equilibrium line indicator was faltering, was hovering at around the indicator line for a considerable period of time. Somewhere down the line, it started moving up and is right now can be considered quite healthy and is at 66. Well, students of technical analysis, rather the new persons who are in technical analysis might say it this way that, well, while the indicator made a new high at 15,431 and this particular high is at 15,435. Well, you can say it this way, some divergences of a long term has crept in. Mind it, whenever price crosses previous high, there is a high possibility that a divergence is created. This does not mean, I repeat, this does not mean that a change of trend has taken place. There is the swings of the RSI presently is showing higher high, higher low formation. But there is no lower high, lower low to be seen here. We had 6 consecutive days of up day, 1 or 2 days of down day may come, but that does not change the intermediate term and the primary term uptrend. By all means, it is on the upside till we get some indications from the market that the trend has reversed. Going to ADX, well, the ADX trio, the PDI, the blue one being the PDI, the red one MDI, and the black one is the ADX. The PDI is strongly up and is presently by any means moving upward and is indicating that the uptrend is on. The MDI happens to move downward in such a case, fine. And just watch it here. The difference, this is important, the difference between the MDI and PDI is gradually increasing. When the difference between the MDI and PDI increases, well, with a lagging effect, the ADX also starts to move up. This moving up of ADX is a sign of a trending market. Well, the indicator has just started to move up from levels of 12 and it has reached levels of 15 right now. One may say, well, I'll wait till 20 for the indicator to move up, then only I will say it as a trending market. I would say it this way, बाजार बहुत बड़ा है, बाजार बहुत बड़ा है, उसको एक नंबर से मत तौलिए, थोड़ा अपने आप में अंदाज कर लीजिए कि नीचे का 12 का लेवल वहां से 15 आई है, perhaps एक दो पॉइंट और देखिए, but all the same the indicator ADX is moving up. That is important to me, and well, the trend is also up. So by any means, as of now, I'll be buying the dips. And what are the dips? This is the one which I'll be looking out for, 15,336. If any case, any downside move comes up, 15,336 and a small gap at 15,384 to 15,394. This is the area which I'll be targeting to go long in the market. this is a gap which might be quite of a major signal in coming days. So in short, 15,384 to 15,394 is the place where I'll be looking out for. In case 15,384 is violated and it moves lower, then well, this particular top of 15,336 will be important. And in case if it moves lower than that too, well, in that case, wait, because some corrections in that case has set in, and might be that the market may stay at around this level and then move up. Well, all the same, if it starts moving up, what do? We do not have any supports or resistances on the higher side. Higher sides always here, one needs to keep in mind always here, that is 15,500, 15,600, the round figures will act as resistance on the upper side. Let's see where we head for. Well, what is the put call ratio saying? I had repeatedly said earlier that I would be happy if the put call ratio moves above one threshold limit of 1.4. That would confirm me, but unfortunately the data as of now is still not supporting. It is being raised at around the 1.38 mark. 1.48 threshold is not being crossed, but at the same time it is not finding lower levels also. Well, for the timing, let's take it this way. This particular thing does happen when the volatility of the market reduces, where the put call ratio tends to stay lower. That is because lots of calls might have been written. Here it does suggest that some calls have been written, which in an uptrend might also lead to short covering. This is a place which I would like to watch out, and obviously again I repeat, I would like to see it move above the 1.4 mark. Then only the healthy mood of the market will be much more vigilant. This is Nifty and the open interest change. The open interest as of now is rising with rise in price. By any means, I would say that it is somewhere down the line healthy sign. Increase in open interest and increase in price does support that the upside move is on. So here to buy on dips. निफ्टी के बाद क्लियर है कि सर पे बंदूक रखने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप लोग सबको ही समझ गए हैं कि वेल इस बार हमको लग रहा है कि आई विल बी गोइंग फॉर बाय ऑन डिप्स. द लेवल्स व्हिच आई विल बी इंटरेस्टेड इज, अगेन आई रिपीट, द गैप एरिया हियर and the high here. It's time to move on to Bank Nifty. What is it saying? The trend line. Well, the downward sloping trend line, which has been tested 4 times, had finally broken out on the upside. Pullback was observed and then it's again moving up. By any means, I would say it this way, the Nifty has reached the all-time high. The Bank Nifty has not. But as of now, in this particular trend, by any means, I would say it this way, that both are almost in sync. The Nifty and the Bank Nifty more or less are in sync. The major area which I would like to watch out for is it should not fall below the cluster which we are seeing here. In case if it falls below the cluster of 34,410, which is roughly 700 points from this particular level, some untoward incidents may come up. Otherwise, the movement of the bank index is also on the higher side. Higher high, higher low is repeatedly being witnessed. So in case it maintains above 34,410, we can expect that the upside move is on, and given by the projections, obviously we can expect higher new all-time high also. The resistances in between, well, the major resistance for this Bank Nifty comes at around 36,500 odd levels, and major support as of now in Bank Nifty is this particular low, which is at 34,700 odd levels. Well, on the lower side, these two levels are quite clear. If the index remains above it, we can expect it to move further up. Here is the open interest change in Bank Nifty. We had a huge open interest change in Bank Nifty on 21st of May, followed by, well, it is increasing more or less every day. So we can say it here too, the index is moving up with increase in open interest. Well, in that case, to sum up briefly, Bank Nifty and Nifty both are indicating on the upside and it should move up. We have talked about a lot in index. Time to move on to some stocks. Well, this is one stock which I would be looking out very closely, LIC Housing Finance. For the last 4-5 days, it is in a narrow trading range. The high of this particular range is at 461.9. Rather, you can take it as this way, 462. So 462 would be a place where I would watch out for. If it moves above this, well, I would certainly enter long in the stock. Well, currently the price is at 455.9, rather 456 on the cash market. I will buy if the stock moves above 462 on a short-term perspective. Well, by short-term perspective, I do mean that 3, 4, 5 days time. I believe that it may move higher up and perhaps even test. Well, initially the resistance is at 466, but I feel that it may even test the all-time high of 487. The reason I'm telling you is a huge buildup in open interest of 11.5% on 28th of May. Now, if this open interest of 11.5% is on the long side, then LIC Housing Finance should cross the high of that particular cluster, which was at 461.9. 25th of May's high should be crossed, and then we should enter into this particular counter with a target of very short term, very short term. That might come at intraday at 466, but on a slightly longer, on a slightly positional scale, well, we might be heading for 487. Well, that's it for me. See you again next week, same time.